It's a drunk driving case, and Lord knows New Mexico has plenty of those. But a DWI case argued before the state Supreme Court today goes much further. It goes to one of the most important legal protections that the Constitution gives to Americans. News 13's Katie Kim is on special assignment tonight with a case of double jeopardy.
It's been rough.
Abraham Baca gets emotional.
I'm trying to fight and trying to keep alive.
His life, his job, his reputation, all on the line. Baca's twisted tale begins in May 2010. That's when he was pulled over by Rio Arriba County Sheriff's deputies on a remote road north of Espanola. Deputies suspected Baca, a state police officer at the time, was driving drunk while off duty. According to the criminal complaint, Baca failed field sobriety tests and was charged with aggravated DWI. Shortly after, he resigned from state police.
Were you driving drunk that night?
No.
Nearly 4 years after his arrest, Baca still says he's innocent. A magistrate court judge tossed the case in October of 2010 on a technicality, claiming a mistake on the part of prosecutors. Baca's attorney, Ben Ortega, says that amounts to an acquittal.
With all their evidence excluded, the magistrate judge found my client, Abraham Baca, not guilty.
But the case was definitely not closed. Instead, it sparked a slew of appeals. The Attorney General's office, which is prosecuting Baca, took the case to district court. The defense argued double jeopardy, which bars any defendant acquitted of a crime to be tried again for the same offense.
It's a protection that we've had since the Bill of Rights came into force right after the Constitution was enacted in the 1700s.
A district court judge said double jeopardy did not apply in Baca's case, so his defense took the case to the Court of Appeals. That court reversed the district court's ruling, saying Baca had already been tried once, which brings us to today.
Court is now in session.
The state appealed to New Mexico's Supreme Court. The 5 justices heard arguments from both sides.
There was no acquittal here.
The AG's office says when the magistrate judge dismissed the case, he made his decision on a technicality, not based on evidence.
What we have is a procedural termination of the trial without a determination of guilt or innocence.
But Ortega argues it doesn't matter how the judge made his decision. He says what counts is the magistrate judge's final ruling.
There really is no limit as to how mistaken it may be, whether it be mistaken in fact or law. Double jeopardy stands as a permanent bar.
If the New Mexico Supreme Court justices decide that double jeopardy does not apply in Baca's case, his defense attorney says he's willing to take the fight all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court.
This would be an unprecedented development for all New Mexicans. If the state succeeds at this, then nobody who gets tried in a lower court like a magistrate court can feel comfortable if they're acquitted.
This story takes on another twist. Baca today works as a sergeant for the Rio Arriba County Sheriff's Office, the same agency that arrested him. The irony is not lost on him. Baca says he just wants all this behind him.
I just want to move on and hopefully let things die so I can move on.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
The magistrate and district judges who heard the case have retired, and they did not return our calls. Rio Arriba County Sheriff Tommy Rodella says he hired Baca because he was never convicted of a crime. We have much more about this story online, including what is next for Baca, regardless of what the Supreme Court justices decide. Just go to krqe.com.
A local bank